Go. Come on, my man. No stopping. Let's go. You're looking good. I'm seeing that strong core. Actually, I'm looking straight at your butt. Alright everybody, welcome back to another episode of Guilty of Treason at Eastside Treeworks. I'm here with Matt Ringo right here. He's the owner. He is the big brains behind Eastside Treeworks. And we're going to be doing some conifer maintenance today, and he's going to explain. What are we doing here, Matt?
Well, we've got these ginormous Douglas fir trees that are absolutely loaded with giant dead branches. So we're going to come up through them and make them safe. Sharon and David are super particular about these trees. They don't want anything live taken out of them that doesn't have to be taken out. So we're going to be going up through looking for storm damaged branches, anything that's dead. And we're also going to put a cable in a couple of the trees. So it should be fun. It should be a really good project.
Cool, yeah, it should be fun. Caleb and I will talk about our climbing systems while we go up there. And yeah, I think it should be a lot of fun. Yeah, so now you've met Matt. So yeah, Matt's the owner of Eastside Treeworks. People always assume that I own Eastside Treeworks. I'm just a regular everyday climber, man. I could not do that job. But Matt sells the jobs, and he's always been super cool, super supportive about me making YouTube videos. And so, you know, I'm really trying to incorporate more people into the videos so that you guys can kind of meet everybody. So I asked Matt to come out and kind of like walk us through stuff, you know, so you can start to get to know more of the characters and stuff. But yeah, Matt's the owner. He's the big brains. I just cut the trees, man. That's what I do. I'm just touching up Caleb's saw because he's better at setting the lines in the tree, so he's gonna set the lines right now while I work on this for him. Sometimes if the tooth is like totally flat, I'll go at really acute angles because it takes off material more, and then I'll flatten the file out. I like to use a guide usually, and I like to have a handle, but I'm using Caleb's crappy dull file right now. This kind of sucks. I see why he wanted me to sharpen it. This is Bill right here.
Heyo.
You got a nickname? You got a cool name? You have a cool name, or is it just Bill?
Just Bill. Yeah. I've been
cool
called
name.
other things though. Not quite so appropriate.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
we'll stick to Bill. Yeah, I can hear you, Caleb. There's Luke.
I've been in the video. Everyone knows me.
Making this famous return. Yeah, so dealing with these trees, we're focusing on two things. We're getting the dead branches out, broken, anything that's dangerous. We're just, you know, we call it hazard pruning. You know, we're going through it, we're making the tree safe. It also helps the aesthetics of the tree. Like, you know, you've got a lot of ugly, scraggly, dead branches. It's gonna look a lot nicer when you take that off. The tree's gonna like having all that dead material off too, so it's really good to get that off. It's really easy to over prune these things. If you just cut things arbitrarily, a lot of times you can cause more harm by doing that. So we're just focusing on the dead stuff, the broken stuff, and they'll look really nice when we're done. And it'll be safe.
So I think for this one, because we have so many small dead branches, we're gonna shoot up and try and get over a living branch, but if we get over some dead branches, we're gonna feed a rope into it, and we're gonna try and break those dead branches out in our weight test. Oh yeah! All right, so that one went right where we wanted it, a lot closer to the stem. So now we just gotta get it to come down. Oh yeah, there it is. All right, so we really like that one.
Hey, that's a good shot.
Thanks. Dude,
Nice.
I was so surprised. It like just barely skimmed up past the sign of the tree there. It was pretty sick.
Dude, that's great.
All right, so the way we tie this on, we got a girth hitch. So, make a little girth hitch. Throw that girth hitch on the rope, and then we'll come up a little bit higher, and we make a half hitch.
So that bag, I keep my crane rope in there.
Yeah.
I like to have that rope short because when I'm doing crane work, I'm constantly moving my rope around, and I don't want to have to move a bunch of rope. This one is 300 feet, because that way I can set it 150 feet up the tree. But it's the same kind of rope. They're both Teufelberger Adrenaline. It's a 32 strand, and that's what I like to climb on. But yeah, I don't think that one will make it up and over.
I just like to take his gear out, spread it around the job site. Sometimes I'll string it through trees just to make it busy. Keep him guessing. Keep him guessing, you know? Yeah, so a lot of people will tie their throw lines on with that half hitch in there, and that's a great way to do it. It takes the pressure off of this, and it kind of gives yourself a little redundancy when you pull it up, because everyone hates pulling up a line and then having that come disconnected and have to shoot again. No one likes that. Sometimes, though, in tight crotch situations, what I do is I have a Sharpie cap that I drill the hole in, and I'll feed this through the Sharpie cap, and then what that does is it feeds that line right up on the tip there and makes it just feed through perfectly. Or I'll just do the girth hitch like 2 feet back. That way it makes a fold, and then that fold helps it kind of knock its way through crotches. It's kind of a rough way of getting it through, you know, but it gets through tighter crotches for some odd reason. But we're gonna pull this up. So pulling that up looked awesome. We didn't get any movement away from the stem. The main reason why we're going for 2 branches, other than redundancy, is typically the way they grow is kind of facing away from each other. And when you throw a rope over that, we'll do it right here.
Oh, really?
If you're starting out at the edge, you could kind of see it there. Gosh, this is difficult. It kind of works its way into the center. Not a great explanation, but when you face them apart, the rope will work its way back towards the stem, so it keeps it from drifting. Is the best way I can say it. Keeps it from drifting. All right, that's wonderful. We're gonna set our anchor as high as we can. Maximize the amount of rope I have under me. So anchoring, we do a running bowline with a Yosemite finish. So there's our running bowline, and then we pull it in the back, bring it around for the Yosemite finish. This end of the line's really hard to tie knots into because something about this sap, it's been there for a year and it will not come off. It's super sap. It's tree man's worst nightmare. We're gonna do an alpine butterfly safety knot. All right, we're just barely gonna make it on rope length right now. So we got an initial little pull test there. All right, so you may or may not be able to see this, but my rope is up above a branch. I'm not super concerned about it. We're gonna get 2 guys on that rope, do a pull test, see if we can break that branch before I go up. If not, it's a foot drop between the two, and the lower living branch that I plan to anchor to has several secondary limbs on it that are going to keep me within a foot of the main stem. So I'm not worried about it.
I think I'm gonna get geared up. This tree's gonna take me a long time. So I'm gonna be climbing up this side. So I'm gonna take this side and just tie it around the base of the tree so that this is static. Tie a running bowline. So we're gonna be talking about, this is my favorite device. So this is the biggest tree that I'm gonna be climbing, so I'm gonna be using my favorite device on it. And I'll talk about some of the other systems and other devices I use, but this is the Rope Runner Pro. This is the second version of the Rope Runner. It's almost identical to the other version. So this is the old version of the Rope Runner, and this is the new version. You can see functionally they're basically identical. This is, you know, a little smoother, and you know, some of these bits and pieces, they are captive, so they stay on when you're, you know, disassembling it. Whereas this, you know, all the pieces come off. Like here's the pulley, it comes off, like all the pieces come off. You kind of end up holding like 3 things at once. But functionally, these devices do the exact same thing. This one's a little smoother. It feels nicer, but that does the same thing as this. They're really not much different, but this is my favorite device that I use. Caleb doesn't like this device. He'll talk about the ones that he likes. I think this costs around 350 bucks. They're, all these devices are pretty expensive. Keep my ascenders in here. This little bag. This is a Petzl foot Pantene. And these are some chainsaw boots from Hikes, H-A-I-X, I think is how you say it. I haven't tried these yet. It's my first time wearing these. So I don't have an opinion on these boots yet. I don't know if this is proper or not, but I tie my chainsaw to the bottom of the rope, just like that. That way the rope stays stiff, so when I'm lifting my legs, the ascender isn't lifting the rope at all. So I do that, and then I just pull it up when I get up there. It's my double-ended 15-foot steel core flip line, the climb arrow on it. Yeah, and I'm about ready to go. This stuff's fun. It's really different than, you know, the removal process. All the gear and the ascenders. It's really enjoyable. You know, the nice thing is, you know, working here we have 5 different crews, and everybody kind of specializes in different stuff. So, you know, Scott and Brian specialize in the crane work, and I've mostly worked with them thus far, you know, from the videos. And Jed's the best, you know, tree feller that we got. Caleb's the best large tree pruner that we got. You haven't even met Jordan yet. He does the fine pruning crew. So tree work is a really cool, and the thing I love maybe the most about tree work as an industry in general is there's just so much to captivate your interest and your curiosity. You know, if you're into climbing in heights and you like rock climbing and stuff like that, you know, you can do this sort of thing and you'll really enjoy it. If you're into logging and chainsaws and stuff, you can get, you know, more geared towards that side of the industry. You can do all sorts of stuff to, you know, captivate your interest, but I like doing all of it. I think it's all a ton of fun. So I'm just gonna set up my gear. This little thing will keep my rope runner right, you know, by my chest as I'm climbing up. Clip my foot ascender in there first, and then I'll put my knee ascender on. This thing hit me in the balls last time. I gotta make sure it's really on there good. And now we'll just walk up the rope, and the rope runner will give me very little drag. So now that that's dangling there, it'll keep my rope nice and stiff so that when I lift my, and you can put anything for weight on there. You can even have just the ground guy hold the rope stiff. It's just that first 30 feet, otherwise your ascender will kind of pick up the rope. So I can just Trying to walk right up the rope. This is actually pretty efficient. My arms are keeping me upright, but my legs are doing the lifting. Wow, big tear outs. All right, so now that I'm up here, pull my chainsaw up. Dude, I can't figure out how to get this girth hitch off, man. What the heck? I got my saw so tangled up, girth hitching it onto my rope, and now I can't figure out how to get it undone. Just cut it. Dude, I'm making it significantly worse. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, this sucks. Can I get a ground guy to untie that and just tie a slip knot? And I don't even know how I did that, dude. It's so bad. And I don't have either ends of the rope with me to fix it. It was the last time I girth hitched the saw on. Next time I clip it on the lanyard. I don't know how I did that. You know, usually I just girth hitch the handle on and it just like comes right undone. And that time, every time I tried to undo it, I made it worse. I don't know what was going on. I won't do it anymore. I learned my lesson. It was a really advanced knot. It was such an advanced knot that I couldn't figure out how to untie it. See, that wasn't that hard. Hey Caleb, we having lunch at your place today?
Lunch in my place.
Can you grab all that?
Lunch in my place.
I got no drop zone, man. Okay. Look, Eric in the lawn. How tall do you think these trees are, Caleb?
Let's see. My rope's somewhere around 150, and I've pretty much maxed it out right now at a third of the tree. So 75. Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna throw this down right in front of you, Jern.
All right, so we're gonna have a little gear talk right now. Starting from the bottom up, I've got the 4SRT foot loop with a homemade knee ascender. I got this idea from last year's ISA conference. I'm sorry, I don't know the last name, but the teacher, his first name was Alan. He gave me the idea for this. Wonderful, I love it. It runs to the back of your harness, and then you've got so much bungee tension that this never goes slack. Foot ascender, I've got the jet step. I love it. If you aren't climbing on branches, it doesn't clip, it doesn't pop out. If you do climb on branches, a lot of times it'll pop out, but that's not a big deal. It's got so little drag, it's incredible. Lately, main device I've been using has been the Rocky Exotica Akimbo. I've got a love-hate relationship with it. It's an interesting device. You gotta kind of check friction settings every time you go up, just to make sure everything's running properly. And it doesn't really like sap all that much, but I think as far as the device goes, the overall compactness of it is worth it. It's worth it, in my opinion. Two things that I look for with my climbing devices is compact and midline attachable. As long as it's compact, midline attachable, I'll deal with just about any of the repercussions past that. Nothing deals with sap well, you know? I mean, some things might do it better. Zigzag deals with sap pretty well, but still, like, it's also like 12 inches long, you know, so 12 inches long and not midline attachable, so it's a no-go for me. So midline attachable, at any point in the line, you can put this on. So fully, it's a loop, you know? I don't have to feed anything on. Or I don't have to feed from the bottom to the top. You know, boom, it's on. Above that, I've got the just the standard Sequoia harness, not the SRT version. I love it. It's lightweight. Only thing that I can think of is these leg straps. They tend to move this way as you climb, and then the padding is no longer in here, and you kind of get a little circulation loss if you're sitting in it for too long because that strap's so small. But you just have to move those pads. That's my chainsaw lanyard. Leg strap, I keep compression bandage. So this holds compression bandage, surgical scissors, gloves. Yeah, I think that's it. And then on the back, I've got a cat tourniquet. So, right there, right on the back. Always a good idea to have compression bandage and a tourniquet. Sometimes that compression bandage just doesn't do it, and you need to implement more aggressive blood stopping methods, so everyone should get used to carrying tourniquets with them. Yeah, have we mentioned that this work is kind of dangerous?
Okie dokie, artichoke. So I'm just keeping a hand on branches as I go up, just in case that thing were to break. That would kind of suck. You know, Jake, this is a little too much work. What? I think I'm gonna go down.
You just got up there. I noticed you set your line higher than mine, so I had to find more branches.
Yeah, you know, I felt like doing that to you. I was like, you know what? I think I gotta make Jake look slow. Let's set him a little bit lower. We're just kind of testing that integrity there. It's not great. All right, we're eating lunch. I had some sausage and vegetables I cooked on my dashboard. Let's see what Caleb's eating for lunch. Caleb, what are we having?
We're having some kimchi fried rice with some shrimp. Yup.
Yeah, this is quite the rig you got going on.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. How long have you been putting this together?
Too long. Too long. Yep.
Yeah, so any ladies watching?
I am emotionally unavailable. I practice avoidance. I cook in my van. I'm the whole package, ladies. And modest.
Can I have some? Okay. That was too much eye contact.
My God.
Oh, it's so good.
Sorry, you just,
Thanks. Man, that's really good.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
You want some?
Sure, yeah. Just a little less eye contact. Yeah, thank you. Dude, it's super good. Kimchi and shrimp?
Yeah.
Hey. Ooh, delicious.
Right? My dad made the fried rice.
Yeah.
We got the shrimp today.
Yeah, that's awesome.
On our way to the job.
It is nice. You got your house at the job site. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I mean, I don't know how the client would feel about it, but like I could totally go to sleep if I wanted to. It'd be great.
Don't leave.
Yeah, I wouldn't have to leave. They might not be happy about it, but I wouldn't have to.
Oh yeah. Why is that guy still here?
Stop bothering me. I'm working on your trees.
All right, just 2 more trees to go for today. So this is my second favorite device. This is the Petzl Zigzag. Biggest disadvantage for me for this is it's not midline attachable, meaning I can't just walk up to the rope and just put it on there wherever. I have to use the tail end, which right here isn't a big deal because you know, I've got the tail end right here, but sometimes it's actually pretty annoying. You just kind of fish it in there. And this sort of works like a conventional press stick. It's just mechanical. So now it's on there. And I'll tie a stopper knot. And actually this is the biggest disadvantage for this in my opinion is this is not good for single rope. This is designed to be used for 2 ropes. You can bypass that by getting this other device and putting it on there, and this is called a chicane and it relieves friction. On here by putting a slight bend in the rope, and this will work pretty smoothly. But see, this whole system is pretty long. It's kind of clumsy. This device is the best I found for pitch. I think this is like $280 or $300. This is like $180. This setup is really expensive once you buy both of these, but this is probably the most popular device that people run. It's nice because it's easy to use, it's intuitive. It's actually really good for sap, and it's pretty smooth on double rope, which is what a lot of people like to climb on. You wanna hop? You wanna hop on? Somebody who wants to hop on me?
I'll hop on.
Somebody hop on. Really? Wow. I think we're good. I think it's secure. All right, we're almost done here. One more thing. Caleb and I are gonna race. I got my rope, it's about 120 feet up. First one to touch the branch wins. We'll go one at a time. Caleb's really eager to lose.
All right, tell me when you're good.
Ready, set, go.
Come on, my man. No stopping. Let's go. You're looking good. I'm seeing that strong core. Actually, I'm looking straight at your butt. Remember to yell at me when you get there. There you go. 2 minutes and 6 seconds. All right, he hit 2 minutes and 6 seconds, guys. 2 minutes and 6
the longest
seconds.
2 minutes of my life. Dude, feel how hot my rope runner is. Oh, isn't that crazy? You're gonna beat that. If you just pace yourself and don't stop for a break, you're gonna beat that.
All right, we ready to go?
Ready when you are. Are you really gonna take your saw? That's a lot of weight.
All right, no. Here you go. Ready?
I'm ready when you are.
Set. Go. What the heck? Wow, that is
You got a lot of time left, man.
weird stretch.
He's gonna win. I think I climbed higher when I was going. Man, that's fast. 120 feet a minute. I hesitated. I was fumbling around. I haven't used this phone before. It's more like 130. Yeah, you're the man, Caleb. Yeah, my beard was slowing me down. I should have shaved. That's why he won. Dude, you would have won even if you took your chainsaw. Were you 36 seconds faster than me? Dude, you smoked me. Granted, you had a lot going for you, you know.
Yeah,
Without the beard
a
and
lot of young.
all the youth.
Feel that,
Dude, it's hot without even touching it.
right?
It's crazy. It's crazy. Dude, that guy's one young and one old.
Yeah,
You know?
we kill it, man.
And I was 24.
Yeah, when I was
Trees are
12.
twice as big as this.
When I was 12, I'll tell you what.
You couldn't
Yeah.
even find a tree this small when I was 24.
I know.
All right, question of the day, Caleb. Clen Fuego says, any tips on getting good with lining up my slope cut with the face cut?
Personally, I do my slope cut first, and then I do the bottom cut second. The reason I do that is because it's a lot easier for me to line up a flat cut with the curve cut. So I line up with my gunner sight on my saw, cut that slope cut, and then I can kind of, just like doing the back cut, I can go from one corner to the other, mark a line, and then line my saw up if I need to on the bigger trees. But it's just easier for me personally to line up with a slope cut being done first.
Yeah, and so Caleb does it a little bit different than some of the rest of us. He, you know, like a lot of people on the East Coast and in Europe and stuff, they'll do that. They'll do a conventional notch, they'll do the slant first, and then you can also, you know, it's kind of easy to see through the curve too, to see the bar line up. So it can be easier to get the face cut out like that. I don't do it that way just because that's not the way I'm used to. But I'm a big fan of, if you are in doubt about lining up your face cut, you know, if you have to choose, cut it short, because you can always cut it longer to match up with your corner, but if you go further, now you're going to change the directional sight of the tree. So, you know, cut it short if you can, and then, you know, maybe go to the other side. But the biggest thing is it's going to be practice, just doing it over and over again. That's what's going to help you get those lined up.
Yeah, comes with time. Everything comes with time.
Yeah, dude, my allergies are killing me.
Yeah,
Good job, Caleb.
you too.
Yeah, so that's it for this episode. Hopefully you like that. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And subscribe. Yeah.
Give Caleb some compliments.
If we get enough requests, I'll start my own YouTube channel, and we'll try and
that's
take
enough.
over.
That's enough. Cut.
The kimchi fried rice, not an energy food. Do not recommend. 10 out of 10. Do not recommend.